Good morning and welcome to the judges, teachers, guests, and participants of FIRSTIS 2026. Now, I'd like to introduce our judges for today. The Chief Judge is Dr. Muhammad Nur Amzdan bin Muhammad Yusuf, Head of Mechanical Engineering Unit from Kedah Engineering Matriculation College. The second judge is Miss Halaina binti Gapur from Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting. And our third judge is Miss Kong Suk Mei from SBPI Gopeng. And I, Pelangi Erdina binti Muhammad Haizat from Sekolah Berasrama Penuh Integrasi Selanda, while the timekeepers Nurul Adlin binti Muhammad Syarizwan and Muhammad Nur Arash bin Muhammad Jalil are from Academy Science Pendang, Kedah. Now, allow me to read out the rules. Each team should consist of presenters and a technical assistant. The presentation must focus on the sub-theme assigned to the team. The duration of the presentation should not be more than 10 minutes. The bell will be rung once at the 9th minute and twice at the 10th minute. A question and answer session will be conducted after each presentation. Sekolah Menengah Sains Miri to present.
Test. Assalamualaikum and good morning, esteemed judges. We from Sekolah Menengah Sains Miri will present Home Bites, transforming youth from technology consumers into AI-powered digital entrepreneurs through community commerce. But before we start, I would like to introduce my team. We have Miss Fiona as our advisor. Here we have Natasha, Senorita, and me, Eman. We are proud to present Home Bites, an AI-assisted community entrepreneurship ecosystem that transform home cooked meals into economic opportunities. Our project does more than reduce food waste. It develops entrepreneurial skills, promotes literacy, and empowers youth to become creators of value rather than merely consumers of technology. In doing so, our project, Home Bites, directly supports Sustainable Development Goal 8, which is decent work and economic growth. Before we start our project, we conducted a lot of research and found out that Malaysia Malaysia has invested lots of money in AI from the year 2020. Other than that, many assets are losing jobs because of the emergence of AI. But is this true? And what is happening to the future workforce? AI and digitalization are transforming job, increasing demand for new technical roles, and making reskilling essential for youth employment and economic inclusion. However, this shift also raises concern about future workforce crisis. Youth need new ways to adapt, and thrive in the digital economy. This is very important for SDG 8. To us, technology must create jobs, not replacing jobs. Based on our literature review, we found out that Malaysia wasted 17,000 tons of food daily, which is equivalent to 2.6 billion worth of food annually. Furthermore, 35.5% of youth are underemployment, highlight the urgency needs for decent work and sustainable income opportunities. So why it matters? These realities highlight the urgency to create innovative, tech-enabled solutions that can reduce food waste, empower youth, and drive inclusive economic growth. So let's see. What if all of this food waste converted to home bite sales? All of these losses could become a micro business opportunities. Based on our research, we identify several challenges in terms of economic, technology, skill, and employment. And based on all of these challenges, we make a conclusion. Current platforms solve convenience. Home Bites develop future workforce capabilities. So for our objective, we are focused on exposing youth to AI-assisted business decision making. Through Home Bites, we also aim to create income opportunities, develop entrepreneurial skills, and promote AI literacy. So let's see, what is lacking from the existing solutions? We can see that there are a lot of features that is not available in existing solution. Although Grab and Foodpanda already have AI demand prediction, it is still not enough, and it is still not enough to ensure the future workforce. So these are our research questions for our project. So how do we actually make this work? To begin with, we conducted a survey involving 111 respondents. Of 111 respondents, 68% of our respondents are below 35 years old, and mostly are students, which is our target group for youth development goals. What is our methodology that we use? We analyze market needs, develop an AI-powered prototype, and tested it through pilot implementation. Our 5-stage innovation development cycle ensured that every feature addressed with real needs rather than assumptions. For the data collection, we gather data to surveys, tests, observations, and user feedbacks. Cross over to Natasha.
Let me share to all of you the findings that we got from our survey. 78% of respondents 78% of respondents are willing to use home bites. Even more encouraging, 83% of respondents are willing to support local businesses, local home-based businesses, and 73.8% are willing to spend 15 ringgit to 20 ringgit on a home cooked meal. Those are those are the demands. The missing part is the right platform. All of you might be wondering, what's HomeBuds? HomeBuds is an AI-powered platform that helps talented home cooks to earn income while using AI to make running a food business more easier and smarter. Feel free to scan the QR code right now to explore our app. So, what makes HomeBite special? Unlike other food delivering apps, we are not just delivering food. We are integrating AI in our project to empower entrepreneurship business. First, our AI demand forecasting predicts how many portions to prepare based on past orders, weather, holidays, and local events. Not only to reduce food waste, but to increase profits. Second, our AI sales recommendation predicts what to sell, when to sell it, and when are the best time to run the promotions. Third, our AI pricing assistance helps us to our AI pricing recommendations suggest fair and competitive prices to suggest fair and competitive prices to help seller to next. Our AI business analytic dashboard helps gives sellers our AI business analytic dashboard gives sellers information on how to our AI entrepreneurship coach acts as a personal entrepreneurship mentor, offering seller offering offering moment. Next, we have the blockchain feature to make the app safe and a trusted marketplace. Next, I'm going to tell you how the app really works. First, when the seller upload the menu in the app, they will the AI immediately per- AI will immediately predict the demands and uh, in short, our app adopted AI to empower, and create job opportunities. Cross over to Senorita.
After identifying our problem and introducing our solution, innovation isn't measured by ideas, it is measured by results. Hence why we have conducted a pilot implementation to check whether it is effective or not. Now, based on this pilot test, was conducted during the Gawai celebration and Hari Raya Adil Adha, involving 5 home cooks, where they together listed 37 meals, of which 31 were successfully sold, achieving an 83.8% sell-through rate. This pilot also generated 465 ringgit and prevented approximately 12 kilograms of food waste. The results? This shows that demand exists and home cooks can generate income as well as users prefer affordable meals, and we press on the idea of the trust and food safety are critical. Next to our users' feedback, every participant said they would use HomeBytes again. 100% said that HomeBytes could generate income opportunities. 88.2% believed that HomeBytes can reduce food waste. Therefore, HomeBytes demonstrated strong public acceptance and practical feasibility during pilot implementation. Now, what are the impacts of HomeBytes? Of course, HomeBytes, we have implemented approximately 100 users, implementing approximately 100 users to use this HomeBytes and to gain 1,500 ringgit in weekly transactions, contributing 78,000 ringgit in annual economic circulation. Therefore, this shows the impact of economic impact, social impact, environmental impact, and technological impact. Now, most people have said that AI is reducing job opportunities, but what if it actually generates more opportunities? HomeBytes does not offer only for home cooks, but it also offers job opportunities for quality inspectors, delivery agents, customer support, and digital marketing professionals. This shows that AI works best not to reduce the job opportunities, but to empower them. Now, every innovation faces challenges, but we took these challenges as a way to improve ourselves by improving our app, strengthening communities, and building a foundation to sanction for future growth. We contributed by sustainability to expand to more communities, onboard more cooks and customers, strengthen partnerships while continuously improving the platform to ensure the long-term impact by empowering communities, reducing food waste, creating income opportunities, and driving sustainable development economic growth. Now, how does HomeBytes actually align with Sustainable Development Goal 8? HomeBytes align with Sustainable Development Goal 8 by producing decent work, empowering youth entrepreneurship, youth-driven digital AI-driven innovation, and local economic growth. This shows that HomeBytes contributes to Sustainable Development Goal 8. Now, we have asked ourselves during the research to answer these 6 important questions. So, what does the result show us? Well, we can confidently say that yes, all 6 questions have been answered. These findings show that our research objectives is accepted, and it shows that HomeBytes could be used in actual real situations in world. Therefore, HomeBytes transform meals into income, AI into skills, youth into future-ready entrepreneurs. But before that, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. The future is not where we are trying to reduce the use of AI. We are not trying to become better than AI because we are not going to move backwards. We are trying to move forward. Therefore, Homebytes embrace AI innovations to empower youth like you and me to become future-ready workers. That's all. Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite the judges to ask questions.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Okay, your research topic is quite different compared to other schools, right? So my question is, what actually inspired your team to choose this research topic? What inspired you to choose this topic?
Allow us to discuss this first, can we? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. The reason we chose this topic is because most of many of the Malaysian Malaysian people have we have unemployed people, and then we need to use AI to its best to its best
So to confirm it again, we chose this topic because we noticed the amount of food waste that has been produced in Malaysia. As my friend Aiman has mentioned, around 17,000 tons has been produced yearly. Therefore, we try to make it into an economic opportunities, right? Because again, food is sold in bulk, so we cannot estimate a little amount of portions that we can produce. So we have to make a big amount of food. Therefore, it contributes to food waste. So why not make these meals into economic opportunities while making new job opportunities for the youth and involving AI into it? We are not trying to use fully depend on AI, but we are adopting AI into this lab.
Thank you for your answer. And this is my next question. Actually, I have two questions. Since you have already created the apps, so can you talk to us a little bit? How did you actually build this app? Can I know a little bit of your process, the step-by-step process of producing the apps?
All right. Thank you for your question. We make this app by this. At first, we make the prototype by using grab the by using drag box to create the prototype, and then we ask AI to and then we describe the information of the app to the AI, and then the AI will create the app for us, and then we improve it by mainly we improve it from user feedbacks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Sekolah Menengah Sains Johor to present.
Before we begin, let me share a worry that started this entire research journey. As young people preparing to inherit the future, we wondered, what if AI eventually takes over our jobs? Think about it. How many times have we turned to ChatGPT, Gemini, or another generative AI for help with homework? I have to admit, I have used it more than once.
Thank you, Iza, for that surprisingly honest introduction. We have told her not to start with that, but she did anyways. Still, Shaz's point. AI is a little like electricity or the internet, a powerful technology that makes life easier but also changes the way people work.
This fear of being replaced is what many call a career dystopia. And it was one of the first questions we wanted to investigate when we received this year's symposium theme.
At the same time, we found ourselves asking other questions. If AI continues to grow, what happens to the environment? What resources will it consume? And how do we ensure that technological growth remains sustainable?
These concerns became the starting point of our research. But before we bring you along with us in our journey, good morning. I bid to all members of the floor. My name is Nuriza Kaisara Sirozakipudin.
And I am Muhammad Imam Abidin.
And I am Shifah Fatihah binti Yusran. We are here through the panic of AI taking over the world and how it can ultimately be a pin of hope for everyone.
Our research revolved around two important research questions. Firstly, we tried to see how students like us the use of artificial intelligence Secondly, we look into the workforce and sustainability implications of AI-driven technology.
But before we jump into the findings, let us quickly explain our methodology. We adopted what researchers call a mixed method exploratory approach. That sounds
We approach the issue from several different angles. First, we observe. Second, we experimented. And last, investigated.
For specificity, we combine classifications and incentives, a student learning experiment, and document analysis to build a broad understanding of AI's impact on education, career, and sustainability.
But I'm sure some of you are wondering why we chose AI and the technology industry as our collaborator.
Well, the personal reason was actually simple. We wanted to address Izza's worry about how it take away our.
But we have to admit it was
Okay, Izza, but the bigger reason, however, was the technology and economic happening around us. Malaysia investing heavily on artificial intelligence. In 2025 alone, Malaysia has invested 600 million into AI research and development, while another 50 billion was set aside for AI education.
Naturally, this led us to a question. If so much is being invested in AI, what does that mean for our future careers? This became phase one of our research. To find answers, to analyze workforce trends and explore job listings and job shape platforms. What we discovered is the future is not necessarily a story of AI replacing people. It is a story of job changing.
just 66 kilometers from our school lies the students' data center hub, part of Johor's rapidly expanding digital corridor. As we investigated further, we found how to data center, artificial intelligence, security, cloud compute, engineering, and
Technical operations.
Our analysis showed a growing demand for digital and technical talent. What surprised us was that many of the students offers competitive salaries and opportunity for advancements. Some roles require advanced technical expertise, while others focus on management, accessibility, logistics, security, or facility operations. In other words, the ambition is not only getting only one type of job. Instead, they are revolution entire ecosystem of careers.
So this is good news. Career dystopia is not real. There are so many out there for all of us.
But with this amazing news, to another misery. AI is jobs open exciting opportunities. Researchers have also begun raising concern. If we rely on generative too much, we may gradually stop thinking for ourselves.
So this became phase two of our research. Inspired by this study from MIT, we decided to come up with our own small-scale experiment. So this is where we answered our first research question: how people our age understood AI and will it make us less smart? With the help of our biology teacher, Cikgu Susan Tigam, we conducted a small study involving 32 Form 5 students. One group answered biology questions with the assistance of PT, while another group answered the same questions without using AI. At first, the results look fantastic for AI. The AI assisted scored higher, while the non-AI scored low. Case closed, right?
Not quite sure. During the interviews, we found something surprising. Students who work without AI could explain their mistakes in the biological tested, while many AI struggled to remember what they learned or how they got their answers.
So this was when our teacher introduced a different strategy. Instead of asking AI for direct answers, students were highly encouraged to ask better questions. For example, why is this answer wrong? And how can you improve my response? And which chapter should I revise to understand this concept?
When we repeat, we observe the students became far more aware of the concepts they were learning and the questions they were answering. Our conclusion was surprisingly simple. AI is not the problem. The way we use AI is. When used ethically and thoughtfully, AI does not replace learning. It can actually deepen it.
However, despite all these exciting developments, we realize that one important question still remains unanswered. What about the environment? Throughout our research, we repeatedly encounter concerns about energy consumption, water usage, habitat loss, and the long-term sustainability of AI infrastructure.
Apparently, the data center in Johor is one of the largest data centers in Southeast Asia, and its size is not the only thing that raises concern. Around the world, communities have raised concern about the environmental impact of data centers. Researchers and news reports have highlighted issues such as high energy consumption, water usage for cooling systems, land development, habitat disruption, and even noise pollution in some locations.
All right, Iza, you can relax now. For a while, we actually struggled to answer those questions. However, we did not give up and continued our research. What we discovered was truly encouraging. The very same industry creating these problems are also working on finding the solutions. For example, some data center operators in Johor are exploring alternative water sources and water recycling technologies instead of fully relying on treated water supplies. In other words, innovation is not only creating the problem, innovation is also helping to solve it.
That discovery changed our perspective. Perhaps the question was not whether technology and sustainability could coexist. Perhaps the real question was how future generations could make them coexist better.
Then, about 2 weeks before this symposium, we came across another idea that changed the way we looked at the problem. Think about the technology around us. The first computers filled the entire rooms. Early mobile phones were so large that people called them brick phones. Storage devices that once occupied shelves can now fit inside a pocket. Throughout history, technology has generally become smaller, faster, and more efficient.
So we began asking ourselves, if computers became smaller and phones became smaller, could AI infrastructure become smaller too? And of course, we do not know the answer. But what we discovered next was very encouraging. The researchers and engineers all around the world are working on more efficient computing systems, better cooling technologies, and lower energy processes, also new approaches to artificial intelligence.
In other words, the future has not been decided yet, and that led us to our final realization. Today, we are only students. We are not lawmakers, we are not engineers, we are not technology CEOs, but in 10 years, many of us will become 26 years old. Some of us may become engineers who design more sustainable technologies. Some may become educators teaching responsible AI use. Some may also become policymakers writing the regulations that protect both people and the environment.
The future of artificial intelligence will not be shaped by machines alone. It will be shaped by the people who build, regulate, and use those machines. That is why our research ultimately evolved into an advocacy initiative. Not because we have all the answers, but because we believe that the next generation should be part of finding them.
And that is why today, on this platform, we would like to introduce our advocacy movement built by us. Our goal is simple: to encourage youth to use AI ethically, think critically about technological development, and to remain conscious of the environmental responsibilities that comes together with innovation.
Because the question is no longer whether AI will shape the future, the question becomes how we will shape AI. And if the future is ours to build, then it is time for us to take our place at the helm.
Thank you, everyone, for giving us a chance to present. I hope you enjoy listening as much as we enjoy discovering this.
Please approach us later for our advocacy campaign and take the pledge to be a more responsible leaders of the world.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite the judges to ask questions.
Thank you for the amazing presentations. Yes. Since you have talked about our responsible to use AI, so as a boarding school students, how actually you can use AI effectively? What is your role to use AI effectively?
answer that question, actually, we use this slide. We use AI to do our slide, and we didn't just give the ChatGPT instruction. Actually, do you realize that this robot is actually our icon? That robot is based on our badge, Sekolah Menengah Sains Johor badge. We use AI to help us create a more creative designs. But the original design, the original idea is from us. So the way what I mean is,
Wait, Iza.
okay.
But also, how we actually, as a student of boarding school, use AI effectively. We use it to help us in answering our questions. But we did not just take the answers that ChatGPT or any other generative AI give us. We asked them, how do we, just as we stated earlier, like how our teacher encouraged us to ask better questions, we try to ask the ChatGPT on how to answer more efficiently, how to revise the chapters that is going to be presented at our exams and so on.
The important thing is that the original idea came from us, not from the ChatGPT.
I hope that answers your questions.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, one more question.
Sorry.
Yes, another question from me, because you said in 10 years' time, of course, you'll be 26.
Yeah.
You'll be future engineers, future data analysts. Right. So my question is, okay, what human skills do you believe will remain valuable despite advances in AI? Okay. Human skill that is still valuable.
Okay, so to answer this question, human skills that are still valuable in the future, even with the advent of AI, is adaptability. Because throughout revolution, if we don't have the adaptability skill, we do not adapt to the change that is happening. So in the first place, if you don't have adaptability, you won't adapt to AI and whatever comes next after AI. I hope that answers your question.
Wait, other than that, actually, when we use ChatGPT 100%, you can observe, you can see that ChatGPT is actually repetitive. Okay, when you use designs that you want to make a bunting design, like in our competition, actually in certain bunting design, you can see that it's a bit similar. That's
So what we can conclude from that is that from the designs, you can see that the colors are the same, the designs are the same, the way they arrange the information is the same. So the valuable skill that still remains even in the future is creativity. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sekolah Menengah Sains Johor for the fascinating presentation. Now, I would like to invite the third team from Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud to present.
A very good morning to the respected judges, teachers, and fellow researchers. Picture this: two students who spend the same amount of time online every day. One student scrolls on social media, but the other one uses digital skills to create content, create videos, or even generate income online. The difference here, ladies and gentlemen, is not access to technology. The difference is digital skills. Today, we are very honored to present to you our research entitled From Learning to Earning, Digital Skills Development for Sustainable Youth Employment Pathways. Our study explores whether secondary school students are equipped with the necessary and suitable skills for future employment and income generation. To begin with, you need to understand the whole concept here. The first one being the global shift. Many employers nowadays are moving towards skills first hiring, where practical skills are becoming more and more important than academic qualification alone. At the same time, Malaysia's digital economy are expected to contribute significantly high at 25.5% to our nation's GDP. Furthermore, based on the Department of Statistics Malaysia, youth unemployment still remain relatively high at 10%. Therefore, schools should play an important role in order to prepare students for digital future. Now, moving on to our problem statement, the first one being the application gap, which is theory over practice. Many educational programs nowadays focuses heavily towards learning theory rather than learning practical digital problem solving skills or even content creation. Now, moving on to the second one, which is the agility gap, which is curriculum mismatch. As we all know, technology develops rapidly, especially in areas such as artificial intelligence or even IR 4.0. But schools, however, often struggles to keep pace with these changes. Now, for the ecosystem gap, which is the platform blindness, many students are familiar with social media, but not many students are fully exposed to professional freelance platforms or even safety online learning opportunities. Many schools only teach the students how to use digital technology, but our study take one step further by asking, are they fully prepared to transform those digital skills into future future job opportunities, sustainable employment, and income generation? Now, moving on to our literature review, previous study highlights some important findings for our research. The first one being education should develop students into digital creators, not just technology users. Because of this, schools and industries should work together in order to prepare students for future jobs. This is due to the fact that employers need both digital and creative skills, and digital skills improve students' motivation and learning outcomes. Our study centered around three research objectives. The first one being to identify the level of digital skills among Form 4 students. And the second one is to examine students' readiness for digital-based employment. And the third one is to analyze how students perceive the relationship between digital skills and their future earning potential. For our conceptual framework, we actually adapted IPO model adapted from the Bushnell 1990, whereas students' current digital skills serve as the foundation and they will go to the process, which is school and curriculum support, and this will ultimately lead to the output, which is the students' future readiness and perception. Our study deployed a mixed method study, which is quantitative question, which is the questionnaire, and also qualitative interview, which is a semi-structured interview. A number of 104 Form 4 students participated in our survey, and a number of 5 students participated for our interview. 56 of them being males and 48 of them being females. To analyze our data for the questionnaire, we use descriptive statistics, which is mean and standard deviation using SPSS 26 and thematic analysis for an interviews. To analyze the data, to analyze the questionnaire, we use the benchmark scores adapted from Donnelly and Bernstein 1994, whereas we use the Likert scale, which is from 1 to 5, 1 being strongly disagree and 5 being strongly agree. For the low indicators, the mean is ranging from 1.00 to 2.3. And for the high indicators, the mean is ranging from 3.67 to 5.00.
Now let us move on to our findings. For research question 1, what digital skills do Form 4 students currently possess? So our finding shows that Form 4 students demonstrate high digital skills with a mean 4.06 and the standard deviation 0.58 with moderate proficiency in online information searching and presentation creation. This shows that our students showed particularly strong abilities in online safety, digital communication, and completing school tasks using technology. However, they still show moderate proficiency in online information searching and presentation creation, as you can see at the question number 2 and the question number 4, which the levels still remain on moderate. This suggests that while students are confident users of technology, some higher order digital skills still need further development. So the next is our interview findings support this our result, where the students reported regularly using tools such as Canva, CapCut, Keynote, and coding platforms for learning and creative projects. Moving on to our research question 2, are students really prepared for the future digital employment pathways? Our findings indicate that Form 4 students are well prepared for the future digital employment pathways with 3.70 mean and a standard deviation 0.68. However, their awareness of online earning opportunities and confidence in generating income online still remain moderate. This reveals a gap between possessing digital skills and understanding how those skills can be transformed into economic opportunities. Interview participants also expressed confidence in using technology and applying those digital skills in practical situations. And last, for our research question 3, how do students believe digital skills will influence their future opportunities for income generation? So the findings indicate that Form 4 students believe digital skills play an important role in improving future income opportunities with a mean at 3.98 and standard deviation 0.64. The students also support learning digital earning skills in school. This is because the students believe if they possess the digital skills, it will secure them better jobs, higher salaries, and entrepreneurial opportunities. Now, for interviewed participants, also reinforce this perspective by highlighting opportunities in AI, digital marketing, freelancing, and online entrepreneurship. In simple terms, the students understand the value of digital skills in this digital economy. Now, let's synthesize all of these findings into simpler discussion points. Our findings reveals an important pattern where the students are very comfortable using communication apps and creative tools such as Canva or CapCut for daily tasks. This shows that our students are digitally active, but not yet digitally competitive. While they use new AI tools such as ChatGPT or Gemini, they still struggle to search information online efficiently and to check if the sources are actually reliable. Therefore, being familiar with everyday technology does not necessarily mean the students possess the advanced digital skills required for the academic and professional success. Moving beyond the digital skills, we also have to take into consideration of how prepared the students are for the future employment pathways, where here, the students feel ready for future digital jobs and believe digital literacy is just as important as traditional school subjects such as science and mathematics. However, there is a noticeable gap between their positive attitude and their actual readiness, where here the students actually have a limited awareness of freelance platforms and feel only moderately confident in generating income online. Well, here it shows that while students are confident users of technology, they still need more exposure to real-world digital career opportunities. Having examined the digital skills possessed by the Form 4 students and their employment readiness, this last discussion focuses on their perception of the future income generation, where here the students believe digital skills can lead to better career opportunities and higher income potential. Here, a lot of students have already explored basic ways of earning money online. Therefore, we could see that digital literacy helps students survive the digital world, but digital entrepreneurship helps them thrive in it. So, to conclude, our finding shows that Form 4 students possess strong basic digital skills and positive attitudes towards basic digital literacy. However, their digital skills are still primarily focused on daily and everyday applications rather than professional contexts. Therefore, additional support is needed to bridge the gap between learning and earning. So our finding proposed 3 recommendations. First, integration digital entrepreneurship, where we introduce e-commerce and digital marketing modules. Next is greater experiential career exposure, where we organize workshops and mentorship programs and also industry engagement. And last but not least, our finding proposed a digital to earning framework, where we apply the concept of learn, create, market, and earn. This framework ensures that learning will no longer be passive, but a step-by-step a journey to become something towards real economic value. Now, before we end, we would like to leave you with one message. In the past, education prepares students to get a job. But today, education must prepare students to create opportunities. Because in this digital economy, Success belongs to those who don't just learn, but to those who can transform learning into earning. Thank you. That's all from us.
I would like to invite the judges to ask questions.
A very good presentation with the reference, with the very good. So, how do you define the respondent for your quantitative survey?
Pardon me, can you repeat the question?
How do you define? I mean, you give 111.
104 for students.
Respondent. Why you give 104?
Okay, so the question is why we give 104 for student? Because the sample we use is actually purpose sampling, because we actually use Form 4 student because they meet the criteria for our study. Okay, take this for example. If we use Form 1 student, Form 2 student, or Form 3, they don't fully develop their digital skills. But if we use Form 4 student, they fully develop digital skills because they have gone through programs that conducted by the school, digital program conducted by the school, so they have fully developed their digital skills, and also they are nearing their careers for their future jobs. So they are they have come to the point where they need to decide what they want to work in the near future for our job market nowadays.
Thank you.
Okay, there's one question from me. So when you leave the symposium and go back to your school, actually what you can apply in your life to make technology into your earning tools? Any action you would like to take or any next step you would like to take?
So I think we will apply like the recommendation that I mentioned, the digital to earning school framework, where we earn, apply, market, and learn. Here, the earn, we will learn how to create
based on your what you want to do for the next step.
What I want to do.
Yes.
So I will actually use this framework where I will learn, and then I will search for the freelance platforms. And when I can learn, I will try to showcase and promote my work so that it could build my confidence and reach a wider range of audience. And when it actually reach wider audience, I can finally earn through that. And I also could encourage my friends to do it with me so that this can be spreaded through these Form 4 students or even to our juniors and the future generation.
Okay, yeah, that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for Sekolah Menengah Sains Sultan Mahmud for that interesting presentation. Now, let's hear from the fourth team. Now, let's hear from the fourth team, SMA Edu Global Indonesia, to present.
Good afternoon, esteemed judges and honorable participants. Trash has been a huge problem. It is one of the most uh, problems that has been appearing in many communities. And as waste volume increases, it is not just about disposing trash anymore. However, it is also about managing it both efficiently and also sustainably. This leads us to the background. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Sena Atara Norman.
My name is Rizky Hafim Ifzal Setiawan.
And my name is Aryomika Hamzah Nuryanto.
And just like that, we can start with the background. Right. So waste management, specifically in Bandung, it continues to become a growing challenge as waste volume increases each year. And according to Susastrio, further automation of waste sorting and transportation processes can improve overall performance. So we can conclude that a way to make a waste management good is by further automation. And this is where waste to energy technology comes in. What do they do? Well, let me tell you this. They offer a sustainable solution by converting waste into not harmful energy such as pollution, however, into useful energy such as usable electricity. And let us talk about the risk that the workers face. First of all, workers are exposed to severe respiratory risk. This includes declining lung function and also organic dust toxic syndrome. And we have also gotten the case about 7 victims that have been found dead in a garbage landslide. So we can conclude that these risks happen due to the excess amount of trash that has exceeded the limit of how much it can take, which leads us to the next slide.
Now, let's talk about our research objectives. So, this study is based on 3 main problems at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site. First, currently, waste collection and sorting at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site is still manual and it's inefficient. So we asked, what kind of automated system that can fix this? Second, we want to know how to turn this waste into a sustainable energy source. And last, we look at the health aspect. How can we reduce the risk of workers at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site from catching disease due to excessive accumulation of waste? Next slide. To answer those problems, we have 3 clear goals. First, we want to analyze an automated system that can we apply at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site and make waste collection and sorting become better and make it efficient. Second, we want to apply the concept of sustainable system that can turn this waste into a sustainable energy. And last, we want to reduce the risk of workers at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site from catching disease due to excessive accumulation of waste. Next slide. Here is our methodology. For this study, we are using research and development approach. It has 3 steps. To gather all the information, we're doing interview with the labor at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site to understand how the situation there. Second, we did field observation. As you can see at the photos on the slide, we did field observation to check the waste condition and how the current machinery works. And last, we did literature review by reading relevant journals, books, and articles to support our findings. Step 2 is planning and design. After we gathered all the data, we started planning and designing our product, which is an automated system that can be applied at Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site. And last is expert validation. In this step, simply we show our product to the expert and to make it better and get feedback from the expert. Next slide.
Next, we have the research outcomes. Here we have the 2 first outcomes. On the right, as you can see, we have the optimized blueprint for Babakan Sari Waste Disposal Site. In this blueprint, we incorporated the automated system for waste sorting and also waste collection and transport. As you can see here, we use the technology of conveyor belt as a means to transport and also magnetic sorting system to sort between waste. And the non-organic waste will then be incinerated into the Motah incinerator model. And here on the left, you can see the steam power plant model that we will be using to generate electricity. So how are we sure that this design can actually suffice for the Babakan Sari waste disposal site? Instead of using coal in the usual system, we will be using waste. The waste will be heated up until 1,000 degrees Celsius that turns the water on top into highly pressured steam. And thus said steam will go into the turbine and turn the generator on, turning it into electricity. That electricity will then be used to power the previously mentioned automated sorting and transport system. Next. Here we have the bar chart of difference between manual and automated system. Through our interviews, we know that there are 24 hours of work time each day in the Babakan Sari waste disposal site. But most of the time, which is 16 hours per day, are actually spent on only manual sorting and transporting. So by implementing our design and replacing the manual system with automated one, we will get 16 more hours of incinerated waste per day, which goes from 1.5 tons of waste incinerated per day in 24 hours. We get 4.5 tons of waste incinerated per day. And lastly, we have faster and cleaner overall processes in the area, which results in a less pile of waste, which means the workers will have an easier time there, will have a cleaner workplace to work on, and also opens up more work opportunity, such as technicians, mechanics, and also engineers. Next slide. Next, we have the expert validation. For the expert, the validator name is Ahmad Haris Mukhtar, which expertise as an engineering practitioner. The validation date is 20 June 2026. Through this expert validation, we know that the system has good ecological sustainability, good economic sustainability, and also good social and operational sustainability. The overall validation from the expert is that the system has good sustainability potential, especially in the durability, safety, and also overall efficiency, but it needs some improvements, especially in the cost management and also power energy optimization. Here, through the formula, we can get 84% of the percentage of validation, which means it is a good enough design that it can be used immediately. Next. We have the conclusion. Currently, the waste management system in Babakan Sari waste disposal site still relies on manual method, which means it has high reliance on manual labor and also having low operational efficiency. Secondly, the design automated system will successfully integrate the processes of waste sorting, incinerating, transportation, and electricity generation in one single line, which means the workers there will have an easier time working. And lastly, the implementation of the automated system may improve overall efficiency and may reduce the health risk of workers catching diseases.
Right, so that concludes our presentation for today. Now we would like to open the question and answer session.
Thank you for the interesting presentation for your system. Okay, there's one question from me. Since you have created this automation system, I would like to know which part was the harder part when you created it, and how did you fit it? Okay.
Thank you for your question, and allow me to answer it. So the most challenging part of designing the automation system is actually how to fit the entirety of the system inside of the small space that was given in the Babakan Sari waste disposal site. So as I have explained before, there are multiple machines that are working together to create the single automated waste management system. And how we overcome it is that we actually suppresses the machine into a smaller scale while not reducing the overall efficiency. So we actually conducted an expert to that on how to minimize the space while maximizing the overall space given. So one of the outcomes that we have used is that we use a vertical conveyor chain system that needs less space than the usual conveyor belt system that actually takes up more space. And the model of incinerator that we use is one of the smaller scales one, which is the Motah 2026 incinerator design, which actually fits into the design quite nicely. I hope that answers your question.
Perhaps next time you can insert the video of how you operate the system. Do you have any pictures or video to show us when you operate this system? Do you have it?
We actually didn't put any of the operating images in the presentation.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much for everyone who has watched us and paid attention. Let's make this world a better place.
Thank you to SMA Edu Global Indonesia for the interesting presentation. Now, let's hear for the last team, Sekolah Menengah Sains Tun Syed Syed Shahabuddin to present.
Imagine students study really hard to get a good grade with Imagine a student works really hard to get good grade for their dream careers. They get good grade and imagine a student work really hard to get their dream career. They get good grade and do well in school. But soon later, they realize that grade alone may not be enough. Dream careers, their dream careers require specific skills, digital knowledge, communication skill, and the right academic pathway. That's why we create AI Career Guide. It is to help students understand their strength, um, understand their strength, help their future, planning with more confidence.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to respected judges and everyone here. I'm Nur Balkis Armani binti Muhammad Muslim and together with my teammates
Nur Arisa binti Ahmad Fauzi.
Syafwan Azhar Imam Syafwan Anwar.
Okay, so today we will be presenting our project entitled AI Career Guide. Guys, so choosing a career is one of the most important decision for students will take for their future. Sorry. So before I begin, let me ask you guys one simple question. How many students actually know what career that truly suits them? From this question, it's inspired us to develop AI Career Guide. This is something that students can relate it to because career planning can be confusing at our age. Hence, to understand why this project is important, let us look at the main problem that faced by students. Okay, so from here, we identified that there are many students that don't have a clear career direction. It is because some of the students know that they need to study hard, but they are not sure which career field that matches with their strengths, abilities, interests, and personality. At the same time, the working world is changing quickly, which means modern careers such as data analysis, AI specialist, and software developer are becoming more important in today's world. However, many students are more familiar with conventional career and may not be aware of the wide range of emerging career available today. Besides, career guidance in school may be limited due to the large of the students for the counselor to support. As a result, students may delay planning their future and may struggle to choose their suitable academic and career pathways. According to an OECD report based on PISA 2022, there are 39% of students aged 15 are unclear about their career expectation, while the other 21% are misled in their career thinking. This shows that the issue is not just about choosing a job, but it also to understand about ourselves earlier. Okay, so after identifying the problem, we created 3 research questions to guide our project. First, what are the main career planning challenge faced by students? Second, how can AI career guide help students identify suitable career pathways? And the last one, what future ready skills should students develop for the modern workforce? Um, force. Next, I will be passing to the next presenter, Arisa.
Thank you, Balkis. Our project has 3 main objectives. First, our project aims to identify the main career planning challenge faced by students and increase their awareness toward future and career opportunities. Second, we aim to help students identify their suitable career pathway based on their interests, abilities, personality, and academic strength. Lastly, we want to help the students to understand and develop the digital skill they needed for the future workforce, such as problem solving, communication, AI usage, creativity, and digital literacy. For our methodology, we start by identifying the main issues students face when they are choosing future career. Then we collected information through questionnaire based on their interests, skill, strength, and favorite subject. After that, the response are analyzed and matched with suitable career field. The system then suggests possible career and the skill that students should improve. Finally, the student can test the system and their feedback can be used to improve its accuracy, clarity, and usefulness. To support our project, we conducted a survey involving 20 students. As you can see, the results show that 16 students are unsure about their career planning, while only 4 students are sure about their career planning. Although this is only a preliminary survey, it shows that students are open to use technology to support their career planning. Overall, this finding shows that AI Career Guide has put a good potential to students, has a good potential to become useful and friendly and student-friendly AI career guidance tool. And now I'm going to passing the floor to the next presenter, Aiman.
Thank you, Arisa. Now I will be presenting the prototype design. Our prototype design has 5 pages. The first one is the login and sign up page, followed by the start career test. After that, students will answer the self-assessment questions at the self-assessment page. Then, after the students answer the questions, the system will suggest them a career path that they should follow. Our system also will also recommend skills that the students should improve. We also included future features such as AI career recommendation, AI career chatbot, skill gap analysis, and personalized learning path. This shows that our project is only the basic concept. After the prototype flow is clear, let's zoom out and look at the real students' problems. There are 3 main problems that this project is designed to solve. The first one is many students lack clear career direction. The second one is students often plan their future too late. The third one is students have limited exposures to future careers. This is understandable because many students study hard, but doesn't understand what are they studying for. After identifying the core problems, the next question is, how does our project turn these problems into practical solutions? Our project solves the identified problems by helping students identifying suitable career pathways by analyzing their interests, abilities, personalities, and academic strength. The system also introduces students to modern and future career options such as data analyst and digital marketer. This helps students to be more aware of modern and future career opportunities. Lastly, AI Career Guide also encourages students to start planning their future careers earlier. This way, the students can prepare themselves with the right skills, subjects, and goals for the future opportunities. All good things always has its limitations. Now, let's look at the significant obstacles of our project. The first one is lack of honest self-assessment. Students may not answer the self-assessment questions honestly because of the fear of being judged by others. Second is choosing careers based on social pressure. Students tend to follow their friends, family expectations, and popular trends. The third and lastly is lack of self-reflection. Students may not fully understand their capabilities, strength, or interests. We have come up with some ways to overcome these problems. The first one is ensuring privacy when answering. Students may answer more honestly if their answers are kept private and not being compared with others. Involving counselors or teachers could also help students to understand their results in a more realistic way. Students should also practice regular self-assessment so they can identify their interests, strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. So we have identified the ways to overcome the problems. Now, how do we expand this project from a school level idea into a national level project? With the help of government, of course. The first one, the Ministry of Education can introduce AI career guide in secondary schools as a career guidance tool. The second one, school counselors can use the system to help students identify their interests, strengths, and suitable career pathways. The third one is the government can test this application in selected schools before expanding it nationwide. Last but not least, the system can be improved through collaboration with universities, TVET institutions, and industries to provide updated career information. In conclusion, AI Career Guide helps students identify their interests, strengths, and suitable career pathways. It also encourages students to plan their future careers earlier and supports SDGA by preparing themselves for future work opportunities. Overall, this project does not decide the future for the students. Instead, it helps them understand themselves better and helps them make decisions for the future. We have come to the end of our presentation. On behalf of my team members,
Nurbaik Kis Armani,
Nur Arisa binti Ahmad Fauzi,
and myself, Syaiful Nazir Aiman bin Syaiful Anwar, thank you for listening. We are glad to answer any questions.
Thank you for your presentations. I think your AI career guide is really can help students to choose their future pathway. So there's one question from me. Has any of your friends tried this prototype before? And what were their feedback?
So as you can see from the graph that we have shown before, so this is the graph, right? We have surveyed 20 of our friends to answer whether they are sure or unsure about their future career pathway.
I mean, have they tried using your products, your apps?
Yes.
And what were their feedback?
The feedback was this product is really helpful because it doesn't only give them ideas about their future work opportunities, it also helps them understand themselves better. Like what are their strengths, what are their interests, what are their weaknesses, and what are their capabilities.
Okay, thank you. So actually, what motivate you to create these apps? What inspire you to do this?
Well, the first thing first was sometimes when I ask my friends what they are going to be when they're grown up, and some of my friends answered maybe doctor, maybe an engineer. They are not confident with their answers, so that motivates us to build this innovation.
So the last question, the question, when you put the question into this web page, because I know these apps, this app is trying to ask the students questions, right? So where you come out the questions, you use AI to help you, or how you get that done?
The basic idea is from us, but we ask AI to produce a more fine questions.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sekolah Menengah Sains Tun Syed Syed Shahabuddin for that interesting presentation. Thank you to all educators for your time.